Everyone, this is E.G. Braden, and today I'm going to be doing kind of my impression of the Battlefield Hardline beta. Now, if you haven't been able to get a hold of into the closed beta, it was quite simple, just a quick sign up through Origin or their website, and as long as you had a PC, basically, or a PS4, it happened no problem. So now with the Battlefield Hardline, this is the next generation of the Battlefield franchise, which takes into an entire different direction. Before, it's been all military. You're in different locations. You work for a military unit, and thus the game modes and the weapons and such are related to that. With Hardline, they're kind of taking that and kicking it out the door, and instead moving everything into the city center. So instead of military, you're now going to be cops and robbers, so to say. Which, to me, when I first heard about this, I thought this was going to be very, very almost GTA-like. Because the Levolution is pretty cool. I've seen some cranes falling onto roads, destroying things, even in the beta, and it looked pretty nice. But this new look and feel of it, to me, seems like they're really trying their last hoorah to keep this franchise alive. Battlefield 4 was just plagued with issue after issue after issue, and it's still not fixed, and it's been out for 9 months, 8-9 months now, and it's still not a good game. There's more people playing Battlefield 3 than Battlefield 4. That's how bad Battlefield 4 was. Battlefield Hardline hopefully would fix that, but even during the beta, I'll just let you know now, I did see some issues that are still in Battlefield 4. The same problems from Battlefield 4 are in the beta. Now, I know this is a beta. This is what it's meant to do. Is it's supposed to identify the bugs and issues, gives the developer team enough to pound them out. Yeah, sure, sounds great. Whatever happened to Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 beta? How did that go? We did that, and the games were still broken. And Battlefield 3, on the whole, is a pretty fixed game now. Hardline, I don't know. You jump in, and it feels pretty much the exact same as Battlefield 4. The Frostbite 3 engine, it's been applied in the same manner. Levolution still happens in the same manner. And the controls are the same. The graphics, they look the exact same. The feel, it does feel a little more sluggish when you run. But other than that, overall, it feels like Battlefield 4, just on some new maps and game types. Which is why, overall, before I get in the nitty-gritty, I am summing it up, this beta in the game, by disappointment. To me, it feels like a DLC pack for Battlefield 4. It should not be its own standalone game, and in no way should they be charging $70 here in Canada and $60 there everywhere else for this game. It does not offer anything new. Now, anyways, get into the nitty-gritty. As you can see by this game type, I am playing one of their new game modes where basically you have to steal money from a vault, a safe, and bring it to your safe. It's a cool game mechanic, I will give them that. But once again, it's just a game mode, whoop-de-doo. So you steal money, you run to your vault, you put it in your vault. First one to fill out your vault wins. You can steal money from the other team's vault directly instead of the neutral point in the middle, which does add for some pretty cool game tactics. Now, just like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, Bad Company, all the other Battlefields, it works best if you have teamwork in your squad. Now, did I experience this? No, not really. Battlefield 3 I found to be a lot more squad and teamwork based. Battlefield 4, everyone was kind of doing their own thing. It took a lot of work for you to get a good team together. And Hardline was like that too. Everyone's just dropped in, thrown in, and they do their own thing. There's no coordination. The weapons that promote coordination, like the grappling hook, which you can do the vertical one so you can rappel up a building, and then you also do a horizontal one to basically zip line down. They don't work very well. The zip line is difficult to work because you basically have to be in a perfect spot to even use it. Either you're going to be too low, too high, too far, and the window to actually use it is way too narrow. Same with the one to rappel up. Even when you shoot it, it doesn't sway or anything. You basically have to stop, go right underneath it, and then climb. Which, when you're being chased by somebody, if you stop, you're dead. There's no smooth flow with these weapons. It's a nice addition, but it's just a gadget, and it's done poorly. The vehicles, now this is another issue. They say that they're going to have so many different types of vehicles. In the beta, you're only playing one level in LA. The vehicle's controls felt pretty good. They haven't really changed much since. The vehicles they gave you were pretty lame. Sedans, SUVs, or just have one with a mounted machine gun on it. The motorbikes they give you are just a disaster to drive. They're very difficult to maneuver. But they are quick and overall a little snappy. But once again, they're awful to control. The guns themselves feel, well, they're very similar. Some guns are the exact same. The feel of them, the reload speed, the clunkiness, the audio. The audio was not quite as good as I was hoping. The clunkiness over a feeling of weapons, once again, it feels the exact same as Battlefield 4. There's no difference to it. And the parallels between this game and Battlefield 4, and even Battlefield 3 in some places, are just so many, I can't really get over it. Even the menu system, if you look at the menu system, you'll be like, oh man, wow, that looks like a lot like Battlefield 4. Well, yeah, of course it does. The leveling of your weapons and your 4 different types of spawnable people is different. They've kind of added it, they've tweaked the menu, but all that is just an interface. It's not actual game mechanic. Just like this Titanfall update, they're just going to be sprucing up the menu. There's nothing adding to the game. Same thing with challenges. The challenges exist there. It's easy to do. The aircraft, I did play with a couple helicopters. I'm not sure if you'll see it in this footage, but the helicopters are adequate at best. I'd say they're a little bit of a worse helicopter than the helicopters you get in the military. And even the whole premise of going from a military unit from Battlefield, all previous ones, to now this city cop and robbers and villains, you have access to the same gun. What cop has access to an RPG just hanging around? We're not talking SWAT or heavy assault. We're talking your cop. And once again, as a robber, when you're playing the game that you can see here, there is no identifying feature at all, except for one melee option, which I'll discuss, that you are a cop or robber. No, there's nothing. You're just a player that has access to guns, and you're just on a different team. That's it. With the exception of this one melee, if you're close enough with something like a bat to a robber and you're the police, you can handcuff them, you can interrogate them, and if the interrogation is correct, you do get a little bit of a benefit, kind of seeing, basically you can see the map around you of the enemy team, which is kind of cool. But that's the only time in the game that I've seen in this beta so far where you actually identify as, oh man, I'm a cop, I'm a robber. That's it. They need to add more identification between the two major types of factions, so to say, in this game, because that's the underlying feature of this game, is going to be this city warfare that's not a military unit. Now, just to sum things up again, because I don't want to ramble on too much, the game graphically, it looks nice. Is it what I expected? No, because it looks the exact same as Battlefield 4. Feature-wise, it does not add nearly enough to warrant a $60 price tag, or $70 in some countries. The mechanics feel the exact same as Battlefield 4. The vehicles aren't as good as Battlefield 4. Aircraft are sluggish than Battlefield 4. And the game modes, while nice, refreshing, don't warrant the game itself. If you guys have any other comments, feedback, or want to see some more footage, let me know in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to provide them for you. Thanks for listening.